Good evening, guys. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. When TikTok was live, I raised concern about HDFC Bank balance sheet. I raised concern about the contingent liabilities in the books of the Indian banks. They were to the tune of the several billion dollars. But after that, we went busy. And today, I'm going to talk about Enron second. But before I talk about Enron second, let me have something for you. There are 4 layers in every corporate. The first layer in the corporate is the board. Board is a setup that runs that organization, whether it is Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, or any organization, be it any country. Second layer in any organization is the middle management. And there are a hell lot of scandals that happened in the Tokyo whereby middle management concluded that they were forced to do this because of the organization culture. Third is the investors, includes promoters. They are those who invested in that organization for the sake of return. And expecting financial literacy from these investors is expecting big, so they rely on a professional bodies like auditors, those who conclude the books. 2020 would be remembered for multiple reasons throughout the humanity, at least in our generation. 2020 would be remembered for coronavirus, and 2020 would also be remembered for Enron second. But the credit has to go to the media, whereby the Enron scandals like Enron second was completely ignored. Rather, I can challenge you people that most of you even heard that there is something called Enron second. And by the way, before you go and spend your time on the Google, I am talking about Wirecard. Wirecard is collapsed. It is out of DAX. DAX is a German index, or you can say it is NSE of Germany. Wirecard is a payment processor and financial services company. And the long-serving auditor of Wirecard is my friend EY. Treasury Consulting challenged EY several times as far as the hedge accounting standards are concerned, not only in the balance sheets of the Indian bank, but also the hedge accounting standard the EY published in public domain. My LinkedIn profile is being viewed by EY partners almost on the daily basis, and especially my loving friend Sudhir Soni. But never ever I got a single message of EY wherein they invited me to clarify the doubts. Because they know the day they invite me, they would get to know where Einstein and Young stand. But I think Einstein and Young do not know that stopping Treasury Consulting is a distant dream. Oops. The biggest question that arose in 2020 across West, excluding India, and thanks to Indian media, is should we audit the auditors? Should we audit the auditors? You open the Google, and by the way, Google is not owned by me, so just type PwC scandals, Einstein and Young scandals, KPMG scandals, Deloitte scandals. You will get a hell lot of list. In fact, it takes you several weeks to digest that. But irrespective of that, in this week, No one dare, not a single Indian newspaper covered Wirecard scandal. While the whole LinkedIn and the professional places are full of discussion about the Wirecard scandal, because I am talking about the Enron of Germany. I'm talking about whereby not $200, not $2,000, not $200,000, rather 2.1 billion is unable to locate in the balance sheet. 2.1 billion US dollars is unable to locate in the balance sheet, and majority of the media of the globe and the business channel thought not to cover this. But before I comment on the Wirecard, the first question that I am raising from 2018, when we first projected the SoftBank collapsed, and then Einsteins, Edisons, and Newtons came in public domain and challenged us, and we all know who went correct in case of SoftBank. I am a company who is into the payment processing. I'm creating a hypothetical example. And assuming Apple approved me as their official payment processing company. There is a guy called Oliver who lives in Britain. He opened apple.com. He saw my company payment processor, payment gateway. He put his banking information, and he paid $10,000 for iPhone, assuming all hypothetical examples. Out of this $10,000, $100 is my commission and $9,900 is Apple. So at a stipulated time, I'll return $9,900 to Apple, keep $100 for me. But irrespective of that $100, my valuation is in billions. Billions. How this come into the billion? That is the ninth wonder of the globe. Because the eighth wonder of the globe is now that the World Bank acknowledged that there is an inconsistency or probability of incorrectness in the doing business report. Henceforth, it is the ninth wonder. I'm talking about an organization whose long-term auditor is Einstein and Young. And guys, by the way, the most important thing which I really wish to talk it about is that Wirecard was part of DAX, the NSE of Germany. The Wirecard was into the business of electronic payment transaction and risk management, as well as the issuing of processing of the physical cards. There are many companies like Wirecards we have across the globe, and some of them love to claim themselves as neobank. Neobank means digital bank. It's a fancy term actually, 2020 fancy term. And their valuation, not less than $1 billion. The minimum valuation the neobank is $1 billion. Remember the valuation of WeWork? Remember, guys? Or shall I give you more examples? All these payment processing companies, whether they are going concern or not, the biggest question that exists after Wirecard scandal is about the valuation. How come this private market is valuing these companies in billions of dollars? How come? When the profit margin is this. And by the way, in many instances, the profit margins is negative. Take India. Google Pay, Paytm, Amazon Pay, and there are multiple players competing with each other, Phone Pay, for that business. How many of them are profitable? We all know. And I really don't understand even today that why are they competing if there is no profit which they're able to generate. If I'm not profitable, why I am competing? It's simple. Is it I am competing for volume? What is the use of that volume if I'm not profitable? That's more important point. Steve always stressed on profitability. And I think that is the reason why Apple, not only a technological giant, made a lovely products and also sitting on over $250 billion of cash. Because Steve was very, very straight that guys, we're not going to be selling in losses. We make good products, we have good profits. And he was right. It should be. And that should be how business should run. But what about the auditors? Are auditors not accountable? Is the Wirecard auditor Ernst & Young is not accountable anywhere in the globe? Is Ernst & Young inconsistencies across the globe is not accountable anywhere? Whatever draft Ernst & Young is going to be putting in the public domain pertaining to hedge accounting or not, is this draft is always finalized? So the setup we have created in such a way that if you challenge these auditors, whether it's PwC, KPMG, Ernst & Young, or Deloitte, then you are incorrect. This is how we created a setup. In fact, majority of the chartered accountant, those who watch this video, they feel offended because I challenged their big fours. And guys, I got the data. The creditors supposed to take around 3.5 billion euro, which is around 3.9 billion US dollars. Will they get 3.9 billion? You know the answer. Just before the Wirecard scandal, the German corporate governance rules were amended. And now there is a voice which is being raised in Germany that the rules should be amended again. And I always came in public domain and raised my voice that what is the point of these committees, those who do only paperwork, if these rules will not be able to stop the scandals. In fact, the German regulator BaFin, one of the senior personalities of the BaFin, himself came in public domain and acknowledged that it was failure on account of the BaFin that they were not being able to handle this carefully. And guys, moreover, in 2016, this company ventured into by acquiring Citibank prepaid division for an undisclosed amount. KPMG did the independent assessment of the company books, and I'm talking about 1.9 billion euro or around $2.1 billion. How come the auditor was not aware that $2.9 billion not exist in the books? And now, our loving bank DB, Deutsche, is doing something you should read on the Google. I collected more data. In the annual report 2015, go to page number 257. In the annual report 2016, you go to page number 270. In annual report 2017, you should go page number 287. While if annual report 2018, you should go page number 215. You will get the fees charged by EY for audits. I have the fees number, I can tell you easily, but I want you to go and see the fees, because once you see the fees, you will have a sleepless night. Even after charging that fees, $2.1 billion is unlocatable in the balance sheet. Standing today, it is extremely difficult to tell where this $2.1 billion went, or whether this $2.1 billion was never existed in the books. Just like Satyam. When Satyam claimed that they were having term deposit to the tune of thousands of crores, and finally the investors got to know that the total deposits was less than 50 crores. So where these thousands of crores went, only auditors and Satyam know. Standing today, it is extremely difficult to comment on these questions, whether this $2.1 billion is siphoned or this $2.1 billion was never existing in the books. But the hard reality of the life is very clear. And that is that these big fours made a lot of mess in the whole corporate governance. And Google is an example. You just open Google, you get hell lot of information about that. The time has come when the globally regulators need to stand and they need to take some strict decision about the big fours, else from auditing to advisory to taxation till hedge accounting, this will continue. I'm sure 99% of the people, those who are watching this video, they heard first time that something had happened to the Wirecard. Something. And guys, before you conclude this video, remember Yes Bank auditor. Remember Diwan Housing auditor. Remember Infrastructure Leasing auditor. And remember the auditor of all the big corporates, those who are in the NCLT. Remember that. Wirecard was not an exception. To me, 2020 would be remembered for two things. Definitely number one for coronavirus. And number two is Enron second. But we should be thankful to the media of most of the countries and specifically Indian media for not highlighting this point. All those young kids, those who really wish to be in forensic audits, hey guys, put a hand on your heart like this and ask one question. Am I aware about what happened in the Wirecard? Am I able to read the balance sheet of Wirecard? And I tell you, if I get the balance sheet of the Wirecard, we conclude the case in less than 3 weeks. These big fours needs to understand one thing. There are hell lot of pimps we have across the globe. But Treasury Consulting is an organization who know how to challenge. Because our competence is unmatched. I once again challenged EY partners, if you really think you deserve to be a partner, come and talk to me about your hedge accounting standards using live Bloomberg. 10 minutes. This is maximum you can stand before Treasury Consulting. In 2018, when I predicted about SoftBank scandal or SoftBank collapsed, people came and, guys, today I'm 36 and I tell you, before I turn 40, hedge accounting scandal would come in public domain. You will remember that somebody raised this point that the hedge accounting computed in the books of the banks and the financial institution is incorrect. Similarly, the way World Bank today acknowledged that there might be inconsistencies or incorrectness in the doing business rankings, and their chief economist already resigned. But Wirecard scandal posted the following questions before us. Number one, how can these payment processing companies be billions of dollars of valuation when the profit margin is either thin or in majority case is negative? All the companies, those who are audited by the big fours, can they be trusted anymore? Can they be trusted anymore? And forget India, there are hell lot of examples we have across the globe wherein these big fours asked by the regulators to submit, whereby the regulators have evidence that these big fours did the wrong accounting. And last but not the least, most important thing, what about an investor who is not like me, rather a novice investor who relied on any annual report because at the beginning or at the end of the annual report, it is written audited by any of the big fours. I know this video would definitely offend many people, those who work in big four, but they do not know that Treasury Consulting is not a media pimp who will only speak what you want to speak. Okay? And hey guys, 24 hours business channel is coming. 24 hours. You might be a partner of any organization. Treasury Consulting challenge you. Come and prove your mettle. And if you cannot prove your mettle, out. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. And all the young guys, those who watched this video, just put a hand on your heart and see, are we even literally bothered to know what's happening across the globe? Right. Nowadays, we get very less time to short videos, but now we are very active in videos. And have a great time. Talk soon.